Alright, on this one, okay, we've just done solving radicals with one variable on the opposite side. Here, we're going to be solving radicals. We're going to have to square it, and notice now I've got, let's call it a binomial on the right side. Okay, this is number 1 on your worksheet. So if you'd please follow along, get that out, and then you'll have this down. So for those of you that are taking notes on your side, okay, still the very first step is to square both sides, because that's going to get rid of the radical. So if you square both sides, this is what you'll have. And now you'll see my radical is going to disappear. Now I've got a binomial. Okay, so I'm going to have to FOIL that side. And so the radical disappears. You're going to have negative 5r on the plus 49 on the left. And now you essentially, just so I'll show you a visual so that you can understand this. Now I have this on the right side of my equation. Now we've foiled and foiled and foiled, and we know how to do this. Okay, and so your second step on this will now be to FOIL that right side. So you've got negative 5r plus 49 equals, and if you FOIL that right side, okay, you're going to find out that you get r squared minus 10r plus 25. Okay, notice I did FOIL, combined my two negative 5r's. Alright, so from here, what I want to do is, I want to move the negative 5r and the 49 over to here. Okay, and so what I need to do is I need to add 5r to both sides, and I need to subtract 49. So let's do that now. So now again, our next step would be to move everything over to one side so it's set to 0. And so I'm going to add 5r and I'm going to subtract 49. Okay, now that sets my left side to 0, and you're going to be left with r squared minus 5r minus 24. Okay, and so now I have this. Now notice we've got this just like we're used to. I'm going to have to solve this by factoring. So we put our parentheses up. I can go ahead and put an r in the front. Okay, and I'm here. So what factors of negative 24, when I add them together, give me negative 5r? Okay, when I do that, I'm going to get a negative 8, positive 3. Remember, we can check that by saying, okay, remember outsides plus inside should equal b. Alright, my outside's 3r plus negative 8r equals negative 5. That's one way that you can check that, and it's a really quick and easy way to know that you're doing it right. So now once we solve that, I'm going to have to move the numbers over, and basically we just change the sign. And so your answer is going to be r equals 8 and negative 3. Okay, now, just like all the last stations, you have to check your answer, because more than likely one of them will not work. Okay, so if we plugged an 8 into here, let's see if that works. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. Negative 40 plus 49 is 9. Radical 9 is 3. So let's see if this equals 3. 8 minus 5 equals 3. We're good. Now let's try negative 3. Negative 3 here. Okay, so negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. 15 plus 49 is 64. Okay, square root of 64 is 8. Negative 3 minus 5 gives you a negative 8. There's no way radical 64 can ever give you a negative, so you know that negative 3 is not your answer. So r equals 8 is your answer. So the main thing that you need to do is to check your answer and don't think that you're done yet. So to review the steps, we squared both sides to drop the radical. The next thing we did, Since this was r minus 5 squared, I got a binomial squared. I have to FOIL it. All right? This would be then step 2. Step 1 was to square it. Step 3, all right, move everything over to get with that r squared so that it equals 0 so that I can factor it. Step 4 would be to factor it, all right? And for those of you keeping track at home, step 5 then would be to check your answers, okay? Because more than likely, one of them is wrong. Now, both of them could possibly be right, and you're going to have some instances where that works, but make sure you check them both. Okay? All right. Good luck.